If you would introduce yourself.
Okay. My name's Heather Pendrack. I am the owner and CEO of Pendragon 3D.
All right. And what is your passion, or why are you a maker?
Actually, I started off as an artist and an art teacher, but then started into 3D modeling. So the business that I have is actually 3D scanning, 3D modeling, and 3D printing. So got more into the digital side of it, so more maker now versus artist. But started off doing 3D scans of people. The company's just expanded quite a bit through working here at the Forge and different organizations in Greensboro, CoLabs downtown, Triad Startup Labs. We're now part of the North State Tech Labs, and has just helped us grow the business. So I guess my passion is just cultivating a business and seeing it grow. And then also what we do helps other people and their projects. And that's what I really like.
Okay. And how long would you say you've been a maker?
Well, like I said, artist, maker. My mom was an artist, so I've been drawing, painting, creating, building things probably since I could walk. So it's just part of who I am as far as making things.
And the big question I love to ask everybody is, who is and who isn't a maker?
Oh, I think everybody has the potential to be a maker in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know that you can say somebody isn't one. Somebody who writes books is a maker, just in a different aspect. Of course, art. Even people who act, they're in some ways maker because they're making characters. So I think whatever your passion is, there's always an aspect of making involved or reinvention in some way. So I think everybody has the potential to be a maker. It just depends on what it is that they're deciding to make.
And if somebody, say, a young teen or preteen were interested in becoming more makerly in some of the same ways that you have done so far, what kinds of things would you recommend they start with, and what kind of things do they need to be able to do? What kind of skills?
It's interesting you asked that because I actually teach modeling and animation. So the 3D modeling skills are extremely in high demand. We're having a hard time finding people who can 3D model. So I tell a lot of people that one of the things to start with are some free online programs. I like Sculptress because it's more organic and artistic to learn. It's free. It's very simple to use. I've had elementary school kids use it, and that was always a good place to start. Things like Tinkercad for creating parts and machinery is always a good place to start too. But just go on and find some things that you're interested in, and there's generally going to be something out there that will get you into that level. I just know, like I said, with the 3D sculpting and the 3D modeling, there's tons of programs that are out there for people to be able to use and discover.
And what would be your response to perhaps somebody who feels intimidated coming to a space like this?
I think the biggest obstacle is just going. Once you get here, I haven't met anybody who hasn't been friendly or open or willing to help you. So this particular space has just been very accommodating. So it's like once you get here, it's people want to keep coming back because everybody's so friendly, everybody's so open, everybody's willing to help you out. So I think just go on a tour, take a tour, see the place, meet the people who are here, And once you do, then I think that will also help alleviate some, maybe some reservations. And also, or just take a class is another good way to, get in. Just come take a class one day. And again, get into the space is probably the biggest obstacle. But once you're here, it gets easier every time you show up or come to something.
All right. And as somebody who's gone from maker member to a business in a space like this, what kinds of advice can you give somebody who's younger, maybe thinking they might be able to start their own business in a space like this? What kind of skills do they need? What do they need to learn how to do? And what kind of tips?
I think the biggest thing isn't so much the making part, because most people already know what they want to make. They have an idea for something. They kind of pursue that, they research it, and then they kind of find out what they want to do. But as far as then the business part of it, asking people is the biggest step. Ask around, talk to other people. It was literally me asking people or telling people, oh, I have this idea, and somebody said, oh, well, I know of this group or this organization that could help you. And it was more an educational experience to be able to start the business. I think a lot of people are afraid just because, well, they don't know those steps to start a business. But I've met multiple people connected with the Forge. Like I said, Collabs, HQ, and a lot of the entrepreneurial businesses in the area, Nussbaum Center, that are all free. All you have to do is ask, and just do research, and then those people will be able to help you. And I think that's been the biggest thing, and then just the collaboration. So if there isn't something you know how to do, then there's always somebody who will point you in the direction that you need to be in to move forward with starting a business.
All right. I think that's good for the Q&A portion.
Okay.
If you wanted to show off some stuff,
Okay.
we can see what we can do there.
Yeah, we have our toys. You came on a day where we don't have our toys. So we 3D scan. So we've got a big laser arm scanner, handheld scanner. We use the same printer as this as well. So we do have the 3D printer. Laser engraver over there, some of the stuff we've done. It's going to take a little time to warm up here. But I did start off scanning people, and those are not proprietary. But this is what we actually started off, although they're dirty. So we started off scanning people. So that was one of the first jobs I had. I scanned a woman's grandsons for her daughter for Christmas. But we can scan anything basically the size of, I say, a penny or a dime. We could probably even go somewhat smaller than that, because I've literally just finished scanning the connectors for like wires right now. Like they were this big, like things that are like this small. We just finished scanning. And then we can go all the way up to like human size, car size. This is still a work in progress because I have to finish it. But if you want a comparison, see if you recognize them. See if he looks familiar. Do a side-by-side comparison. So this is what we started off with, being able to scan people. Mostly doing the 3D printing of people, though, so we were one color. Now we're branching off into doing the color ones. When we do color, though, it's more of a way to put something on a web page. So, for example, we can take any of the 3D models that we scan, and now we can put them on web pages. So say you had a product or something that you wanted to sell, we can actually create a 3D model of it it's still wanting to connect. And embed those images directly into the web page. Slow internet connection down here. There we go. So once we get it, it's this idea where you can actually take that object, completely and totally spin it, click, would tell you different things about whatever object you wanted to advertise onto your web page. So we have just introduced this as a way of advertising for clients. So once they create something, we can now go in and take the 3D model and put it online for them. It embeds directly into their web page, and then you're able to expand, even look at it virtual reality, share them, and even if you were working in 3D modeling, you could download them and print them from the other end of the site. So this was just our logo we created as examples of how that works. So not only do we do real things, we can also do graphics and create other 3D objects that can be used in different ways. And we do a lot of rapid prototyping for clients, where somebody has an idea or an invention, they don't know how to get it to a prototype. We will either scan some ideas that they have, put those models together, or we will go in and completely CAD and 3D model whatever it is that they want to create, and then help them bring it into prototype phase. So we have that, we have archiving. I have an angel sculpture sitting in the back of my car waiting for us to scan it. So we have multiple things that we have worked with.